Come see us on tour in Hartford, Connecticut, Syracuse, Atlantic City, Levittown, New York, Co-Host, New York, Providence, Rhode Island, Los Angeles, Bakersfield, San Jose, Toledo, Ohio, and Toronto, Ontario. Go to jimmydore.com for a link for tickets. So you thought that the trans issues were all taken care of because like 80% of the country realizes that females deserve their own spaces and men having biological males in female sports is crazy talk?
I'm not convinced. I'm a big Pod Save America guy.
So here is from my hometown. Well, I'm from Chicago, but this is very near Deerfield, Illinois. A mother has revealed that the school officials forced young girls to change into their gym clothes in front of a trans-identified male student, in front of a male student.
No, trans women are women, so they're just forcing girls. Girls don't even have to be. If a girl didn't want to change in front of other girls, have you ever heard of a teacher making her do that?
Right? No. So get what they did. The teachers reportedly monitored the girls so that no one was allowed to leave the locker room in protest. They made them stay there.
Fucked up.
And here's the here's the testimony. I'm not here we go.
Our next participant is Nicole Georges.
Hello, my name is Nicole Georges, and I'm here to demand that the locker rooms and bathrooms at District 109 be designated as biological male and biological female, as there already is a gender-neutral option. The girls want their locker rooms and bathrooms back. They want their privacy back. This is why I'm here tonight. My 13-year-old daughter's well-being and mental health and privacy is at stake. This nightmare began on February 5th when my daughter was using the girls' bathroom and was stunned that a biological male student was using it as well. She came home frightened and was extremely upset. I asked her to talk with her teachers and find out more information. She was told by the administration that a student can use the bathroom as well as a female locker room because they now identify as female. I was sent an email to the teachers involved and received a call from Principal Wegley. He verbally reiterated that under Joanna Ford's direction and their legal counsel that the student could use both the locker room and bathroom. I expressed that the school was in clear violation of federal policy. The Trump administration issued an executive order restricting biological males from participating in sports and accessing female locker rooms. That day, I filed a civil rights complaint on behalf of my daughter with the Department of Justice. It has now been referred to the Department of Education. A federal complaint has been filed with the district to protect the students. The situation went from bad to worse. A few days later, the male student was present in the girls' locker room. Feeling violated, the girls made the choice to not change into their PE clothes with a biological male student present. The next day, Assistant Principal Kathy Van Treese pulled the girls into their office, questioning them. The same day, Assistant Superintendent Joanna Ford, Kathy Van Treese, and multiple teachers all came into the girls' locker room, making them change into uniform. This went on all week with the addition of Ginger Laugerman. My daughter refused to take part in having her privacy being violated. How dare they? She ran out and called for me for help. Principal Wegley was offering my daughter a new PE class. The answer was no. She is not changing for the remainder of the year, and she is not changing into another class. The girls just want their privacy and they want their locker room back. There are gender neutral options. This is my daughter's story and the story of many other young girls who have been forced at the difficult age to do something they know and most adults know is wrong. Do the right thing, Deerfield, and give these girls their locker room and bathrooms back. Allowing biological males to access girls' locker rooms sets a dangerous precedent that erodes the very foundation of female privacy and safety. By making this decision, the school board is not only disregarding the concerns of young female students and making their families, but also establishing a legal and policy framework that will make it increasingly difficult to protect the integrity of female-only spaces in the future.
Good for her.
Thank you.
Yo, who are the losers that stood there guarding to make? Do you know how insane? Like what gulag?
You know what? I'm gonna let me jump in right now, and I just want to say this: make the teachers and the administrators change their clothing in front of that trans student.
Yeah.
Let them do that first before you're requiring this. And I got to tell you, as a teenage girl, it is so, you can be so modest and just horrified. It's horrifying just in the first place to change your clothing in front of a group of people when you're a young kid, that they're putting this. Shame on those administrators. Shame on them. And you know what? I hope every girl in that PE class stops suiting up for PE. Fuck PE.
Couldn't you just overpower the female guards easily because they're women? Get one of the girls with balls and a dick to knock them out.
You know when this is going to stop?
They knock them out good.
This will stop as soon as one of those girls get fucking pregnant.
Hey, not so fast, Becky. You're going to change with everybody else. Don't worry. A full-on pounding erection is perfectly normal for girls your age.
Yeah. Just in the boys' locker room when I would change in gym in high school, I remember the one PE teacher was like a wrestling coach. He's like this jacked old man. And you'd be getting changed, and their office was a little bit higher up, right, with a glass thing. Yes. And he'd be getting changed. So you're sitting there opening your thing. All of a sudden you hear like, whoomp, and his ass has hit the window. Really all the changing was always a weird experience, and they're making it weirder.
So there's a rebuttal to her.
And policy framework that will make it increasingly difficult to protect the integrity of female-only spaces in the future.
Thank you.
Children's genitals. Yeah, for real.
Somebody yells out, "Why are you looking at children's genitals?" I
don't know what that means.
That's your best comeback?
Wait, they're saying it to that woman?
Yeah.
She wasn't. The
right.
male student was looking at the genitals.
Yes.
And the girls were forced to change in front of that male student.
Yes.
Nobody was pulling you when you were talking, weren't you?
Yeah, exactly.
Becky. While they were talking. Next name.
We'll call our next participant, Charles Friedman,
Excuse me, if we can be respectful of everybody's time here. So.
Yes, thank you.
I'm happy to go after that one. Thank you, school board. From what I've heard, y'all are following the law, which is fantastic. My name is Charlie Friedman. My pronouns are they, he. I'm a trans person.
Shut up,
I am the parent of a trans
up.
middle schooler. I am also the director of operations for Trans Up Front.
Oh my God.
It's a nonprofit organization fighting for trans rights. We partner with over 30 major organizations, including the ACLU, Lambda Legal, HRC, etc. We have a protest coming up for trans rights on March 30th, 1 p.m., Federal Plaza. We have a and I would like to take a moment to talk about Illinois. We're all very lucky to live in a state that protects everyone here. Specific to today,
except females.
Well, we don't know what that is. Look at the mask idiot. Look at the idiot in the mask nodding. Yup. Yup.
Yeah. They should be forced to take their masks off in front of us.
Lower the door. Take off your mask. Let me see your awful face.
Have some teachers guard the door until we're done masturbating. How about that? they're what they see. These people with the masks on, they're what we call. Show them. They're what we call. Hello. They're what we call Orthodox COVIDians. They're the ones. They're the ones always wearing the face yarmulkes. Okay, here we go.
Executive Order 2019-11, which my kid was standing next to Pritzker when he signed. Yes, an executive order from the governor. And in that order, it's called Strengthening Our Commitment to Affirming and Inclusive Schools, which protects trans, non-binary, and gender non-conforming students from the type of bullying that this parent represents.
Does it protect young girls?
Does it protect young girls from penises being waved in their face in the locker room?
Wait, the bullying was you made the girls change. You should be able to opt out of that with girls if you don't want to change in front of them.
They don't matter. Girls don't matter.
But this is the thing they did to everybody is, look, if I told you I was a woman and I thought that and you didn't think I was, I wouldn't care because I would know I was. Do you understand?
Yeah.
This is, you're going to be forced to participate because it's not real unless you believe it too.
Yes.
And that Pritzker scumbag, his big pharma family. So they make money off gender affirming care, which is gender deforming care. That's why he signed that. This whole thing is a combination of big pharma and psychopath perverts. I don't know why this broad is a fake dude whose pronouns are they and he. That doesn't even make fucking sense. And you have a trans kid? Well, something's wrong there. There's no way that happens normally,
right?
Unless some kind of severe abuse, especially if you're standing next to a fat scumbag like Pritzker. Yeah.
Also, under the Illinois Human Rights Act, Section 3B-1, the use of restrooms, locker rooms, and changing rooms may not be restricted based on a student's physical anatomy or chromosomal sex.
Not even if they're hard?
What should they be based on?
Okay.
What should you base them on? Someone's feelings that day?
Okay, but we're missing a big point here. No one said the trans student couldn't change. What the problem is that they forced the girls to stand there and change.
That's right.
That's the crossing of the boundary.
That's right.
Pritzker didn't sign that executive order. The school should be sued for that.
That's right.
This dude sucks.
Must be permitted to access restrooms or bathrooms, locker rooms, and changing rooms that align with their gender-related identity and without having to provide documentation or other proof of gender. Under this act, and it is stated, the discomfort or privacy concerns of other students, teachers, or parents are not valid reasons to deny or limit the full and equal use of those facilities based on a student's gender-related identity. Instead, any student, teacher, or other individual seeking more privacy should be accommodated by providing that individual with a more private option upon their request.
Yeah, but they weren't.
What?
But they weren't. They were forced to change in front of a male.
So you're a fake dude and an idiot? They were. Oh my God. You know, this is where I'm like, oh, well, at least Trump's doing that part.
It's like that would be a great option in this case for your kids.
They weren't allowed to, you moron.
Excuse me.
So the whole audience is that direction.
Excuse me. It's her. It's his time to talk.
It's her. Yeah.
So if needed, we'd be happy
misgendered
to dig in to contact our coalition to make sure that the board is supported in doing the right thing for the right reasons and following Illinois state law. If you need my assistance, please do reach out. It's transupfrontil.com. Thank you.
Wow. What a truly disgusting human being on every level.
On every level. This is a great cartoon. You will affirm this young lady immediately by disrobing in her presence without protest.
Wow. So there's your choices in this country is this clown insanity or complete servitude for Israeli wars.
The universe doesn't revolve around the earth, but it does revolve around he, and her kid.
He? Are you joking? So you pluralize. Sometimes you're a plural, and sometimes you're just the normal.
Yeah. J.K. Rowling tweeted out, I'd remove my daughter instantly from that school, then go full nemesis.
What's that mean?
I don't know what that means.
Is that something from her books?
I don't know.
I like it, though. I am going to go full nemesis.
What's worse, forcing females to have to change and dress in front of a mentally unstable man, or standing by watching it happen to make sure no women leave or complain? How did so many people get so batshit crazy?
Okay, those are both the same thing, by the way. When he goes, what's worse? It's the same thing said two different ways. This is real bad. This
is sexual assault by the boy and the school administration and teachers. What kind of sexual predators are these? What kind of adults stand over girls and force them to change in front of them and boys?
The same people that put an experimental gene therapy into your kids mandatory.
If this happened exactly as the mother says it did, forget lawsuits. All those who forced female children to undress in front of a male student should be in prison. They should never be allowed within 15 feet of a child again.
Yes, because they're making it totally acceptable.
Yes.
This is all acceptable by groupthink right now. By the way, nemesis can refer to the Greek goddess of retribution, or more commonly, a formidable rival or opponent that a person cannot overcome, or an act of effect of retribution.
You know, J.K. Rowling can say all that, but it's her dopey wizard shit that caused a lot of this. I don't know why she's surprised. She made it, the entire millennial generation, that was their Star Wars, her stupid wizard shit. And you could take a potion and become a different thing. And they all turned on her just like the other nerds turned on George Lucas. And her fiction helped make this.
So this is the trans community inserting itself into the LGB community and wrecking it for them.
Well, I'm not going to say that.
Hang on, they had complete control just for a moment, and they completely ruined it because of how they treated others. And keep in mind that, you know, the internet is a courtroom too, and they don't have a very good defense. It took forever for people to finally start defending their own kids. But here we are, and here they go. So how does it feel, school administrators, for everyone to be thinking of you basically as P. Diddy with a bow tie?
They're very proud of it. They're Kamala voters.
Yeah.
But I don't blame the trans community because I think that's a fake thing. There's not that many trans people in the world, okay? And this was I lived in New York for 20 years. This was never a big deal. Suddenly a wave of autistic kids were being fooled into thinking they're trans by scumbags like the Governor Pritzker and his family that makes money off gender-affirming care. So it really isn't the trans community, because there isn't a community. There's crazy people, okay? And they're being used by the medical industry and the psychopaths that run that state.
I know trans people. I've met trans people. Trans people come to our show. They're not on board for this stuff.
Well, it's also age group, because same thing, all gay guys my age, those are all the good gays. There's something about the millennials where I don't know what in the hell they did to them, but that's where really all this crap came in on the millennials, which is really just white. Let's face it, it's like white college graduate white kids mostly. You think in Mexico they're calling themselves that?
Anyway, there you go. That really happened in Deerfield, Illinois.
And then a dude who's also a they, he's a he and a they, got up and said, "Good bitch."
Come see us on tour in Hartford, Connecticut, Syracuse, Atlantic City, Levittown, New York, Co-host, New York, Providence, Rhode Island, Los Angeles, Bakersfield, San Jose, Toledo, Ohio, and Toronto, Ontario. Go to jimmydore.com for a link for tickets.